Hey guys, it's Teresa with Jeremiah Dreams, and I am coming to you both on Facebook and on YouTube. So if my eyes look like they're shifting some, that's because I've got one device hovering over the other, and I would love to get a little bit closer, but I'm seeing some eyes join me. How is everyone? Last time I did this, I actually got to stream YouTube Live. Now I'm curious to see if it's going to let me do that again. But let me get my little camera fixed a little bit better. I have had a busy day and I'm tired, and I thought I'm just really want to go to bed. I want to put on my pajamas and just go to bed. But hi, Judy, my friend. How are you, girl? It's so good to see you here. But I decided, no, I'm going to go ahead, and this will probably revive me a little bit because I need to be revived. Um, who else is on here joining me? Y'all say hello, and let me know where you're watching from. And if you're new to me, I would, oh, good, Judy. I'm so glad. Um, listen, I meant to, hang on. I want to show y'all something. So I have two groups. Y'all got to see this because I'm excited about it. So, hi, Chastity. Hi, Holly. How are you, lady? Y'all, I have two groups. And the link, hi, Betty. How are you? From Maine. Oh, my goodness. I would love to visit there one day. Hi, my friend Ann. How are you? And Susie. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. Um, I worked on my projects for this next month. Can I see you? Hey, Carla, how are you? I see your name. Is that what you're talking about, Teresa? Teresa says, "Can you see me?" I see your name. Did you say something before and I couldn't see, or I didn't see your comment, I guess, and it floated on by? I bet that's what happened. Um, but I'm glad I saw you this time. How are you doing? Um, anyway, so I have two paid groups. One is a workshop and one is a subscription box. Well, the subscription box gets to do all the things, and the workshop gets a project emailed that we do together. Y'all, you want to see the pattern? Because it's really pretty. Okay, make sure I'm picking up the right one. Look, this is what we're going to do. It's a chapel window project for spring. Look at those bluebirds on there. Isn't that going to be sweet? And the little nest right over here with some little eggs in there. That is going to be so pretty. I cannot wait to do this. We're going to start on this weekend. And if you guys, I had said that I was going to raise the price after December 31st, but I haven't been able to work on it. So it will be fixed by the end. I'm doing good. Oh, girl, you say I look fabulous. This is called a big hot mess. That's what this is called. Oh, good. I'm glad y'all like this. This is going to be so pretty. You know, we've done fall and Christmas. It's time for spring. So we're going to do the spring one. Then I want to show y'all, just because I think it's cool too. I have been burning in my mind wanting to do black canvases with my subscription group. And I got some black canvas boards in. So they are getting black canvas boards in their boxes. And this didn't print well, but listen, when I send the patterns on these things, they're just patterns. They're not like what's going to be the end result. But this is what we're going to do. I don't know if you can see this very well, but it's a winter cabin that we're going to put on black canvas board. I think it is going to be so pretty. Hey, Teresa, how are you, girlfriend? It's good to see you. Oh, y'all. If y'all are not a part of my group, y'all need to hop on in, especially now since I haven't raised the price yet, because there's tech things involved and I've got to get help, and I've got to email the girl that did my website and can help me get all the things set up. So that's why I haven't done it yet. There just has not been any time. By the time we got there, hi Shayna, ooh la la, she says. Um, yes, girl, Shayna, look, workshop project. Then the subscription group gets the pattern for this, whereas if you're in the workshop, you have to download the pattern yourself. but then we're also going to do this on a black canvas board. It's going to be cool. So, and that's only if you are in the subscription box group that you get that one. So, okay, I am going, if y'all want to see a split screen, I am streaming 2 different ways here. You want to see a split screen, head over to YouTube, and I'm going to share my screen over there now. Oops, I got to switch. Which is which? Flip it. All right. So some people really, oh girl, Shayna, I do too. I love houses too. So tonight, y'all, I found this heart, this wood heart. I think I got this at Dollar Tree. I'm quite sure I did. And I have something in mind that I want to do here, and it's a little different, but I'm all about right now that verse, we love because he first loved us. I cannot get away from that. Let me get some paper towels rolled out here to paint onto. Oh, I want to show y'all too. I happen to have some, whenever you're a part of my subscription box, I send you 4 colors of paint. This month is all winter themed colors. So you're going to be getting a pale gray. You're going to be getting a rainy day gray. You're going to be getting this is called morning blue. And y'all, look at this. I love this. This is called vanilla cream. I love this color too. So these are all winter themed colors that you guys that are in my subscription box group, y'all are going to be getting that. Okay, so I want to paint this heart, and I have a cool little scene in mind. And y'all, I just have to say, if I don't hurry up and get these boxes unpacked, I'm going to lose my mind. I am. It's exhausting. Have y'all moved to where the point that, I mean, I've been in here almost a month and I'm making headway, but things feel so chaotic. And I think that's part of why I'm so tired is because there's someone watching me on YouTube and I can't pronounce their name. They're from another country. Okay. Welcome. Glad to have you. When you move, it's just exhausting to have all of the chaos that goes with unpacking and figuring out where things go. So that's kind of where I'm at. And it's really, really hard. Okay, so I'm going to slide this back and see if I can't point this down a little bit more so that those on YouTube with the split screen can see a little bit better. Seems like things always change. I may need to do this right here. Let's see. Hi, Michelle. How are you, my friend? It's so good to see you. There is my friend Brenda. Those of you guys. Oh, and I know a black canvas. You guys, black canvases are so cool because it makes the other colors so vibrant. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. Hi, Gloria. Nice to see you this evening. I'm so glad you're here. All right, I think I'm caught up on comments. So it looks like live stream is working on YouTube again. Gloria says you've moved, and yes, girl, it is exhausting. It's difficult. You're trying to put it, you feel like you're never, let me see if I can click on that. I can't click on the rest of your comment, but you're probably saying you feel like you're never going to get there. You're always going to be in turmoil. Oh, good, Michelle. I'm so glad. Hey, Tony, how are you, lady? I'm so glad you're here. Okay, y'all, I'm going to get started on this wood heart. And I don't entirely know once I've painted it what I'm going to do with it. Well, there's my mother. I guess she felt like she had to come on here to see my face. I don't know. Poor mom. I miss you, Mom. I do. You showed your mom my picture I painted the other night. Oh, girl. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. I need to start with, let me think what color I want to start with. I need my palette. Y'all, things are if y'all could only see what my craft desk looks like right now, you would go, oh, that poor thing. Because it's a nightmare right now. I have a little bit of paint on this one from an earlier project. I'm trying to figure out which color I want to start with first. I think I'm going to start with this Waverly chalk paint in moss. because even though it's a heart, I want to paint a scene on it. So let me see if you guys can see pretty good. I can't really turn down. Let me see if I can turn this down a little bit more. Y'all got all the devices going on here. Let me turn a little bit more so y'all can see. Y'all need to see this more than me. So if you want to get on YouTube, you can see all the things really, really well. All right. So I've got a link up in the description where you can subscribe to me on YouTube, which would really be amazing and help me out. Even if you prefer to catch me right here on Facebook, trying to build my subscribers over there. That is one of my goals for the year. All right, I'm just going to get a paintbrush and kind of dip some of this onto my palette. And go ahead and put the lid back on lest I dump it all over me, which would not be a good thing whatsoever. Y'all, I can't even get to decorating. I got to turn this. I don't like seeing my eyes cut off. Let me turn this up just a smidge. Can I do it just a smidge? So I have a blank wall behind me. It will eventually be decorated, but I can't get there yet. And I've really started hot and heavy on my job here. And there's, kind of a learning curve there. Not even though I'm doing the same thing I was doing up in Kentucky, it's a learning curve because I'm in a new territory. So I have to get settled in my new office. Got to decorate there and get all my licenses and awards and all of that hung on the wall. Just a lot of things like that to be done. But it's going to be great. And God has brought me here, so He's not brought me here for me to fail. So that's kind of my mentality. But it's still, it's still hard. So you guys, I'm painting a landscape on the bottom half of this heart. Getting my little edges here. Okay. Let me clean this brush off. So I've got another YouTube viewer, and I have no idea how to pronounce their names. So welcome. We're just going to do some painting. And they're not speaking in my language, so I don't know what they're saying. So, don't know. Okay, I'm missing your comments. I know you are. I know I am. Maybe not. Hi, Lisa. Hello. How are you, my friend? Oh, is it really? That's good feedback, Michelle. Thank you. Isn't that green pretty? That is moss. And I've got some celery we're going to be using too. But first, I want to paint in some sky. We're going to do a little scene on here. Y'all, I've got one more thing I want to try to use tonight. And I know it's here. Y'all, I do this all the time. I know it's here. I have seen it here. I just don't entirely know. Oh, I see it now. I know where it is. Okay, I'll be able to grab it here in a bit. So I'm going to grab some white and put on my palette in the Waverly chalk paint. In fact, I'm going to turn this around. I really should have started with the sky. But I'm a little tired and not thinking things through all that well. Let me get some white on my palette. Y'all, one of the hardest things for me with painting is wasting paint. I don't like to waste. You're doing good. You love, is this shade of green is your favorite? It is really pretty. I'm going to lay down some white first. And I'm just going to bring it up. I'll probably have to touch up this green a little bit. Now, this is not going to remain white. I'm going to add some blue in here so that we have another nice little variation. I want to try something I've kind of tried before, but not a whole lot. So I'm still kind of learning. But I really want to add some spackling compound to my paint tonight to give it some texture and see how that will look. I'm going to have to really work on this sky. Y'all, it's sliding everywhere. Sorry about that. I don't even remember what I was saying, y'all. I have been wanting to do some textured painting for a while. And I just don't stop long enough to do it. It seems like I'm always in the middle of several other things. There's Sissa. How are you, girlfriend? I'm glad to see you over here on Facebook. Over on YouTube. See, y'all, the brain. I know where you are, girly girl. It's good to see you. Okay, I'm just laying in some white, and now I'm going to start using some blue in this. I'm not even going to clean my brush. Well, I probably should. No, I'm going to leave it white. Just give me a second brush to dip this with. Probably should shake it up. I haven't used it in just a little bit. You're blessed. I am too, girl. I am too. Y'all, I've been doing a thing. I think I shared this with y'all the other night. I think Dr. David Jeremiah challenged Christians to write the book of Romans this year, one verse at a time. And so I've been doing that. And as I do it, I pray according to how that verse is worded for myself. And so today, you know how it's a lot of times you're in church your whole life and you hear words and you think you know what they mean. And then you're like, I don't think I do know what that means. So that kind of happened to me this morning when I was reading the word. I was in the first chapter of Romans. And I just got to wonder, what is the difference between an apostle and a disciple? And so that was kind of, and I'm sure I've heard this before, but sometimes you just need a refresher on what things are. So I learned that a disciple is a student, and you probably knew that. So this is pool. I had to think, what is the shade of blue I'm doing here? This is pool. And even as I add it to the white, it dilutes it even further, which is really kind of what I was looking for. But anyway, a disciple is a student, and an apostle is someone who is called. They're also a student, but then they're called to go and share the information or the word, whatever the case may be. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I kind of learned that today. I'm going to use my already dirty white brush and go back in and just add some random variations in here just to give it. I've got a lot of paint on this brush. Let's see here. I'm going to actually go ahead and use some acrylic. What are y'all saying? How Tarita wants to know, how are my life changes going, and have I gotten into? I am in my new house. I am not settled. I still have boxes everywhere, and it's driving me bananas. But we're getting there. It is just, when it's just you, it takes a while. And then we had Christmas, and then we had sickness. And so those things. Yes, isn't that Michelle? Hi, Dee Dee. How are you? Oh, you do? Oh, this is a beautiful shade of green. It's moss. The name of it is moss. Who else is here? I do need an apron. Oh, I know, girl. I'm getting ready to make an apron, and I may make one for me too. I'm making one for a friend. Hey, Vivian from Arkansas, Janetta's Twin Creations. You guys, if you're a creative and you're joining me tonight, please feel free to share your link. There is plenty of room at the table. And I'm putting some whimsy clouds in here right now. And please feel free. I invite you to share your link, just like Miss Janetta did. And we're just kind of doing whatever's on these clouds. I don't want them to have a lot of form. And I'm just kind of fanning out the edges of them. Okay, Facebook, I'm going to hold this up for y'all to see kind of where we are. So this is kind of the backdrop on this heart. Yes, girl, Sissa, I do. I work full time too. I'm tired. I is tired. We're not just tired, we're tired. Oh my goodness. All right. Got a little bit of a paint crumb right there from the lid. Okay, now what do we want to do? I want to add a little contrast color to this green, and I'm going to use this Celery by Waverly because I think these two colors really complement each other well. So, Sissa, chalk decor with heart and good girl. Thank you, ma'am, for putting that in there. Let me see if I've missed anyone. I don't think so. I think I'm caught up. All right. Get the lid off. I haven't used this color in a little while, so there we go. I'm going to put some Vaseline on this. I have another big thing of Vaseline. I have no idea where it is. Oh, that part right there is just driving me crazy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, get a little bit of this celery going. I won't need a whole lot. But what I want to do with this is just add some little contrast. And I'm getting ready to do something I think y'all are going to really like. And I'm just kind of adding it in, and then I'm just going to kind of fan it out. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. I might have to make some corrections to this too along the way. But I really wanted it kind of variegated. I guess it's a good, I'm going to go ahead and mix some more of this moss in here. And that gives you almost like a third color. Kind of just working it in, almost like scrubbing it. These little wood things, the paint just soaks right in. And I'm going to pick up some more moss and kind of work that in, get some nice variation going on. Pick up some more of this celery, work it up here. Pick up some more moss and work it in. It's kind of cool how these colors blend together to even make another neat third color. Okay. All right, there's that. Let me put the lid on this. Now, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Oh, thank you, Sissa. Thank you for loving my shirt. It is hard when you're so low. Let me hold this up so Facebook world can see how we're looking so far. Okay. Now, here comes some fun stuff. Y'all, I've got to get that Spackling Compound. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Y'all can enjoy my, oh, there's the big thing of Vaseline. Whoops, I'm knocking over stuff. Y'all, this stuff is everywhere. I got to get some organization. And I haven't figured out if I need, what do I need? If I need bins and containers to keep it all organized. Is my friend Jennifer here? Oh, is she here? There she is. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? It was so good to see your face. Hey, Anita, you haven't been on Facebook in a while. Glad to see you. Oh, thank you, Anita. The darker green is moss. That's right, Rhonda. Good eye there, girl. Yes, ma'am. Jennifer, I am just so thankful you're here and hope you are getting better and better every single day. And I just love you so much, girl. Hi, Rhonda's here. Rhonda Chadwick's in the house. I'm so excited. Okay, I think y'all are going to like this. I'm trying to get these paints out of the way so I have some elbow room. All right, I am going to get some of this Spackling Compound, and I've got, there it is. Here is, Sissy, you're kind of throwing me off by being in both places, but I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, is she here? Is she here? Is she here? Where is she? Where in the world is Sissa? Okay, I'm going to get some Spackling Compound. Y'all, I don't even know if this will work like I'm thinking, but we're going to try. And it's pretty pliable right now. And I want some white. I'm going to go ahead and add white paint to it. Y'all, I'm going to let y'all see how this works. Let me slide this little heart over. And I'll pull this palette over here. Let's experiment. Wouldn't that be fun? Let's just experiment. So let's add some white acrylic paint to it and see what we get. And I'm looking for a particular consistency. And I may, I had even bought some knives, the palette knives that you use to paint with. I don't know where they are. There's things, y'all, I have had to just go buy things because I'm so tired of looking for some things. Add a little bit more white to it because I want a pretty shade. And I hope this does what I'm thinking, but I hope it's really going to give some good texture. We'll see what happens. I have tried to find a good recipe for textured paint, and I have asked several who use it, and they don't want to share their recipes. So I guess I will just start experimenting and creating my own thing because people don't want to share. So we'll see what happens. But I'm letting y'all in on the secret right now, if it works or if it don't. Let's see. Oh, Leah. I'm making you nervous. I think I make other people nervous too, girl. Hey, Annette. How are you, girl? Oh, good. I'm glad you're starting to feel better, Jennifer. Bless your heart. So Brenda says she's going to have to watch the replay. You're still not feeling well? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, go get some rest. Replays are always here. Sissa says, where's Waldo? That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, is she there? Is she there? Is she there? Where is she? So funny. All right, let's get, don't know entirely what I want. I'm just going to get a brush. And I'm thinking about how I want to do this. Looks like maybe that green wasn't as dry as I thought it was. It sure looked like it was, so we'll have to put another little coat on here. We'll just base this in and we'll just keep building it. So, oh me. All right, I want to clean that off. Got several brushes in there. Let me move some of them out so I have some room. I have 2 jars of water here. One has some dishwash or dish liquid in it, and the other one is plain, so I can kind of clean my brushes as I go along. Let's dry this off, or let's dry this, not necessarily dry it off. Did somebody sent stars? Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm not sure. Maybe. Y'all, I don't know. I am so tired. I can't even tell you. Y'all, my kids say when I get this tired, I get slap happy. So if I just start getting slap happy, y'all just overlook me. All right, now let's see if we got this dry enough where we can kind of go back over it. So do any of y'all know how to make textured paint? And would you be willing to tell me? I have tried to learn, tried to find it, and not had a lot of luck. So I thought, well, maybe you just mix Spackling Compound with it. Does anybody know what I'm going to make? I think I'm crooked. I'm going to have to straighten it up. I got to get my horizon straight because I was getting crooked here. Had it turned a little bit. Still have some green kind of peeking through. Anybody know what we're painting? I think you'll figure it out. This is very, very not perfect. And I want it to have more of a sketch look than a refined look. So that's why it's like this. I'm wondering, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Never know till you try. That's what Char says. I wonder if I could even just work in. Nope, that's lifting it. That's not going to work. Y'all, you just have to experiment, right? I really wish I could find a recipe. Okay. Right now it looks like a door. All right, let's try this so we can add more. A church. Lisa's correct. It's a church. Painting a little whimsical. Hey, Francis, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Try the homemade fake snow. It dries pretty quick. That's a good idea. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, my friend. Okay, let's see. Anne's got it right. A church. You have a friend, Francis says, who paints, and she adds sand. Very interesting. There's something else you've seen, but you can't recall. Baking soda. Okay. Well, this is Spackling Compound. It's the lightweight Spackling Compound because I just didn't know what else to do. And I'm wanting this to be kind of a primitive looking church. Get my little roof line going here. Got to get this green covered up where it kind of is peeking through. I think the Spackling Compound is kind of lifting it a little bit too. So I may have to really put this on thick. Maybe that's part of my problem is I'm not putting it on thick enough. You know, it's a whole different consistency and medium. Hey, Francis, you are in my workshop. Did you see what our project is going to be? Our next project? Excuse me. I released it into the group this afternoon. So you'll have to tell me. No, it's not a homemade chalk paint recipe. You see some of these people who paint and use very thick paint so that it comes out textured. And I can't get anybody to tell me how they make it. The last time I asked somebody, they said they just kind of made up their own recipe and then looked like they didn't want to share what they do. And I'm like, okay. So trying to get my roof somewhat even. And I want to put another little segment of steeple right up here. Those of you watching on YouTube can probably see a lot more than Facebook. So here we are so far with our church. Tammy says 1/3 cup of baking soda. Let's see. It makes puff paint. Okay. I'll have to try it and see if it does what I'm trying to get to. 1 tablespoon of paint, 1 tablespoon of Mod Podge, the matte Mod Podge, Rhonda says. Okay, I'm going to try this. It's more like a sculpting kind of paint is what I'm looking for. Oh, Sissa, I'm glad you like this view. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of lay in. Some people actually use their fingers. to paint. I'm wondering if that's part of the secret. I've heard that. I'm not a messy kind of person though, but we'll try and see because there's a certain look I'm going for. Although this is kind of cool. Whereas maybe the brush is absorbing a lot of it. This is closer to what I had in mind, where it was really, really textured. I do have wet wipes handy. Didn't know y'all were going to be watching finger painting tonight, did you? It probably will have to cure, but I'm going to put a red door on this baby, on this sweet little church. So y'all, just one thing about the tornado. You guys remember I entered that painting in that art show back last year in the summer, and that art gallery was demolished. It took a direct hit from the tornado. So that was kind of sad to see that last week. This will probably have to cure. This is not going to dry fast, I don't think. I'm just trying to smooth some of my lumps that I know I don't want until I kind of get to the image I do want. Okay, let me see here. All right, so let me hold this up for Facebook to see. And I don't know if you can tell, it's very textured. It's kind of the look I was going for. Probably going to go ahead and pull this steeple up some more. And it's going to appear as though it's running off, and that's okay. Because I think that adds to the interest. I'm good with that. Just trying to improve my outline. So I'm going to just let this sit. And I may have to finish the things on it tomorrow evening or something. Y'all, I'm keeping the girls tomorrow, my littles. Daycare's already declared it's going to be bad, and they've already closed. And my daughter and son-in-law both have to work. So I'm going to babysit. And I'm thinking tomorrow is going to be a wonderful day to bake cookies, is what I'm kind of thinking. Let me see what y'all are saying here. Ooh, I love, y'all are really saying some good things. So let me go back. Let's see here. Okay, now I can go forward. If I just apply a lot of paint and not rub it, would it eventually dry? I've tried that and it wasn't quite the look I was going for, Leah. That's a good thought. And it just takes so long to dry. And it wouldn't, it's like it wasn't thick enough. It didn't have, meringue. It's kind of like meringue, how you got to get that peak going. It's similar to that kind of concept. Let's see. So Vivian, I am using Spackling Compound. I'm using this lightweight Spackling Compound. I picked it up at Walmart. So that's what I've used and mixed my paint with that. Oh, really? That's interesting, Tammy. The website there. I know, Michelle was sad. So Vivian says she uses plaster with her stencils for a raised look. Okay, I need to try some of that. Frances says she's seen painters use heavy body gel to texture on their canvas and surfaces. Okay, the heavy body is probably the secret there. Lisa says you can etch in the outline of the door. Oh, good point. Windows and steps, roof line, like with my fingernail, the backside of my brush. That's a good idea. Teresa says your internet keeps freezing. You'll go back and, oh, I'm so sorry, Teresa. You have a good evening. Mom loves what I'm doing. Thank you, Mom. Rhonda says Deco Art has a product, Dimensional Effects. Hobby Lobby carries that. Okay. Francis says, I know y'all are going to have fun. Michelle says, I'm sure you all are thankful that you can spend time. Yes. Yes. That's one of the reasons I'm here. It is one of the reasons I have to remind my daughter to send I got Elena a little chef's apron and chef's hat with her own little cookie cutters and rolling pins. I have to remind her to send that with her. She needs to keep that at Mimi's house. Sissa, do you like this texture? I think it's going to look good. And it might be a little hard for y'all to see. I bet I can take this paper towel away now that I've got the base in. And maybe that'll make it a little bit easier to see. All right. So, thinking what I want to do next. I almost think I really want this to set, and I'm going to use some red of it after this sets, kind of like a layering effect, but you let it dry in between layers, and do my doors and windows after this has dried well. And I can probably even go in and add a little bit of detail. I want it to be pretty obscure and not too detailed. Francis says, don't put it down my drain as it sets hard and cook. Oh, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate that very much, because I don't want problems. Oh, Michelle. Yes, that was one of her Christmas presents, was a little chef's get up. Yes. She's going to wear it tomorrow, I hope. All righty. Okay. Let's go ahead, because I want on this side to do the calligraphy. So let's do that part. Actually, I think I'm going to put some trees in. It needs something else. Let's do some trees. Let's start there. Let me pull these out real quick. I have all these brushes in this jar. All right, let me get some brown. I think I've got some handy. Yeah. Yes, I do. And this is just a warm brown. It's nothing major, but I can add black and white to it and get the textures I want. So right now I'm just going to sketch in my tree. Kind of doing some placement here. What kind of tree do we need? Do we need a spring tree, or do we need a full-on summer tree? What do y'all think? You tell me what you want to see here. What kind of tree? One goal, Michelle says, is to learn lettering this year. We're going to do some lettering, girl. Sherry, I'm so glad to see you here, sister. I'm glad you're here. Winter tree, a new growth tree. So y'all tell me. Somebody needs to break the tie. Oops. We're getting ready to need to do some leaves, so somebody tell me. Spring dogwood. don't know. Okay, so that's kind of, I think we've got 2 springs. All right. Let me base in some dark with this while we are getting our trunk. Oh, girl, I will. I'm going to have a blast with them youngins tomorrow. I haven't seen them in a few days. So we've all been very busy. I'm just mixing in a little bit of black with this brown to get a little darker shade. Let me show you. Just mixing it in right there. You can kind of see Facebook kind of mixing in some black with that brown just to get a little darker. And I'm going to go like on the underneath areas of the branches, kind of where shadow would come into play. And I'm not wanting this to be super neat and particular. I'm looking for something very sketchy. Okay, so let's add in some leaves. Try not thinning it. Oh, good night, Mom. Try not thinning it. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna try something. I've got all this texture left over. I'm gonna get a little bit of red. I'm gonna try mixing that into some of this texture and see if I can't get a nice pink. And I'm not wasting it all. Really want to dilute it down. Here we go. We're getting a nice pink now. Here we go. Very, very soft pink. Everybody's telling Mom good night. Okay, we're just going to dot in. Not brushing, I'm dotting in because I want to keep it kind of loose and whimsical. We'll add some light green in here too because we know that there's leaves present as well with the blossoms. And we'll just layer back and forth between the 2 colors. So does somebody have a favorite Valentine saying or verse? Tell me. I found it kind of hard to come up with what I wanted my line to be for Valentine's Day until I thought about that verse, and I thought, that's it. That says it all for me. But tell me what you guys are thinking. I'm going to pull some of this other green that I've already used some of it. Pick up some of this white and get a little bit lighter color. Probably need to get a different brush. Actually, I think I'm going to use a narrow flat brush and work in some of this green. So the verse I'm going to put is, we love because he first loved us. That is what just keeps resonating for me. I'm using a flat brush here, and even though it's a flat brush, I'm still kind of doing the dotting motion. And this is a little different piece of art for me because this is more sketch-like and whimsical than a lot of my other pieces that I've done. So I've just wanted to try something keeping it loose. I think that's a good term to use. Keep it loose. All right, I'm going to pick up some more. I'm going to bring these leaves over and have them kind of running off. Kind of like that look. All right, let's pick up some more pink, just a little bit. And the secret, y'all, is always about layering and building. Have y'all ever seen the dogwoods that have um, the multiple colors in them? It's like two trees merged together or something. I love those. I would love to maybe plant in the same hole um, two different colors of dogwoods and have them grow up, kind of mixing together. I think that is so pretty. Love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and mind. That's a good one too. Love with the heart of a child. That's good. Yes. Michelle, dogwood trees are my favorite too. Those and Japanese maples. Those are mine. Okay, now I need to put a little bit of dark in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this moss color that we started with because we need that depth. So I want to be a little easy with it, but we need it. And I don't want it to just be some circles in there. So I want to be sure that they're kind of spreading out a little bit. And I need to pick up some more brown. Probably need to clean off my brush. So I want to kind of add my branches back in. They've all kind of gotten covered up, and I think it's important that we still see them. So I'm going to put them back in, and then I'm going to cover up parts of them because I just got a little too much. Okay, now I'll pick up a little bit of red. Add a little bit of pink on top of it. So we have a little more contrast going on. What do you think, y'all? Yes, no, eh? What do y'all think? Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. I love that too. Really, Francis? Oh, wow, girl. Ooh, I love magnolia trees too. Wow. Oh, Tammy, thank you, my friend. I can't explain it, y'all. I've only had a few classes through my life, and I don't know. It just comes from just messing and kind of, you got to slow your brain down. You know, when you paint, you have to slow your brain down to think about what colors do I see, what shapes are the colors that I see, and how are they playing off of each other, and then try to replicate that. That's kind of how I approach some of the things that I do. Okay, I think I'm gonna let this sit for a bit. So Facebook, that's what we've got so far. All right. So this is drying very nice, but it's not dry yet. Once it dries, I will go back and add the door. It might be tomorrow. Add the door and the windows. All right, so let's go ahead and do our lettering. I'm going to use a long bristled brush. I don't know if you can kind of see it's pretty long bristled. YouTube, so you can see as well. Oh, Sissa, it's just messing and having fun. Hey, Dustin, my friend, how are you, buddy? I'm so glad you're here. Oh, thank you, Sherry and Vivian. Thank you, Tammy. What kind of brush did I use to make the blossoms? I just used, which one did I use? I did a combination. I used a round brush that I have, and I also used a more narrow flat brush. I kind of did it, some of both, and then mixed the colors to make sure I had kind of the shade I was looking for. I need to thin down my black a little bit. Dustin, I have been watching you on replay, and that last wreath I saw that spring wreath was just gorgeous. You have magnolias, crepe myrtles, and the majestic oaks. Wow. Wow. Okay, I need your help. Should I do more script kind of lettering, or should I do just simple lettering? What's your vote? The Zen brushes, yes, they are. Chris Hunter, Shar, with Shar's Art from the Heart, they both use the Zen brushes, and I had to have some, and they are amazing. So do y'all want to see script writing, or do you want to see just writing? Script? All right, we're going to give it a whirl. And I do not claim to be proficient. And part of the secret is to get your paint a little thinner. I get quiet, y'all. Make sure I'm straight. And make sure I'm holding this right. I have ordered some of the Posca paint pens, hoping that I can improve my lettering by using a paint pen that's of decent quality. All right. We'll have to go back through, and we're just basing in right now. What do y'all think so far? Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad y'all are all agreeing on the script. Awesome. Okay. So let me just show you so far. And I know it's backwards, but if I flip it, y'all, I won't be able to see the comments on Facebook World. All right. Y'all, I get quiet when I'm concentrating. My daughter-in-law can letter beautifully. I need to get some more water. I can tell my paint is drying or thickening, I should say. So I need to thin it down again. Now, I'm going to do he more in a block style. And then we'll go back. And I've noticed too, when you letter with brushes, if you always keep your bristles, my printer just kicked on, and keep things going downward, it's also better. And then when we go back and add the thicker for the downstrokes, it'll look even better. Okay. Thank you, Sissa. Then down my paint again. I have a fan running in here because these lights get hot. I'm trying to remember how I did the D before. Messed up a little bit on the S, but that's okay. I forgot which direction. That's the other thing too, is you got to keep in mind your direction. All right, Facebook. There it is, kind of sketched out, and then we have to go back and add the thicker lines. Hi, Tammy. How are you, lady? It's good to see you. So let's go back then. Let me thin down my paint again. And when we start adding these thicker lines on the downstrokes, it's going to look even better. They say when you letter, don't think of it as writing. Think of it more as a drawing. So your downstrokes are thicker. So I'm going to apply a little more pressure to get that thicker downstroke. And pull up for the upstroke. Okay. And when I go back over some of these lines, I'm just trying to improve how the paint has soaked into the wood, even though we used all this chalk paint. Apparently it's very porous. I need some more water. Oh, thank you, Diane. It's good to see you. Thank you, Holly and Winifred. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all's feedback and encouragement. It really means a lot to me. Get some of these other parts of the letters fixed. Y'all, I have really been practicing. I kind of shared that with y'all the other night. I bet I wrote this verse 50 times trying to figure out how I wanted to do it, where the words needed to sit. The spacing of things. So as you get to the end, you kind of start pulling up your brush so that your bristles are not fanning out. Dot the I. I need a little bit more black. Getting a little thin on it. Okay. Couldn't tell if I had picked up the black or navy. Let me thin this down a little bit. Thinning it down makes such a huge difference when you're doing this. It just flows better. So it's all about when to start releasing the pressure. And all of this is an upstroke, so we're going to keep this thin on that part of the V. Fix the tail on this D. All right, girls, here we go. Facebook world, there's that. And YouTube, y'all got to see it up close and personal. Let me turn it around a little bit. Hi, Katana, or Katana, maybe? Is that how you say your name? I am feeling better. So we're painting on one of these little wooden hearts from Dollar Tree. And I've tried mixing Spackling Compound and paint together to get this textured church that I just kind of messed with. Thought it was more dry than that. Oh, I guess a door or a window will go right there. Oh my. It was looking good till I messed with it there. I wonder if I can take this and just kind of ease it. Oh well. Need to walk away, Crane. Walk away. No, Katana. Okay. Thank you for helping me with that. Thank you, Tammy. Your hand shakes so much when you try. Oh, it was worth your time. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Oh, thank you, Diane. You guys, I just appreciate you all so very much. Thank you so much, Katana. Thank you, friend. Y'all, I am. Good night, Sissa. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. All right. So, you guys, this is what we're going to do because this has got to cure this little church. And so we'll come back and we will work on this. Okay. So I'm going to sign off for tonight. We're going to let this set up and cure. Good night, Sissa. And we'll get back together and we'll finish this up. But I think it's going to be precious. Anyway, good night, my friends. I love you. Just remember, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Good night, friends. Love you all. Bye.